Welcome aboard Not Now. Today I'm going to be giving you the briefing of this beautiful Hunter 31. So listen carefully and this will speed up the process of the briefing. Thank you. Over here we have the AC and DC panel. On the left hand side is your DC 12 volt. On the right hand side is 120 volt AC. None of this will work unless you're plugged in. Before departing, you make sure you kill all the subs like I already have and the main. You then will go to the dock and turn off the breaker at the pedestal, then you're safe to unplug. When you get to a marina and you want to plug in, you first plug the boat in, turn on the breaker on the pedestal, and you start with your main. Like so. Air conditioning if you need air conditioning, battery charger, and so on. On the left hand side you have your 12 volt, you got your running lights, water pump, blower, macerator, GPS, autopilot. Over here you got a little switch for panel lights. Below that it's a override for your bilge. You can turn that on and it overrides a float switch. Below that you see these little white circles, these are fuses. They're already energized. All you have to do is to go to the actual area, like the lights, cabin lights, and flip the switch on. Same thing with the stove, refrigeration, and shower. Over here you have TV DVD breaker. That's an option that this boat does not have. Below that we have the stereo, 12 volt outlet, which is to the right of the screen, which you cannot see currently, and tank indicator. Under the floorboard, right next to the nav desk, if you open that up, you will see your bilge. As you probably just heard, it turns on for about a second every 2 minutes to make sure there's no water in there. The bilge pump is a little red round thing down there. The big black thing you see there is the water pump that circulates water through your air conditioning compressor and shoots it out the side. The white square is another float switch. In case of emergency, it will activate. You normally would hear something like so. If that is the case, you would turn off the engine, close every through-hull fitting, and find the leak. As you go down the companionway, you see a floorboard that lifts up. Under that floorboard you will see this. All your through-hull fittings, all centrally located. This one's your air conditioning, and over here is your engine. They have strainer baskets like this. To clean them, you would simply turn off the through-hull, unscrew, clean the basket, put it back in, screw it back in tight, and open up the through-hull fitting. The engine's over here. It would work the same exact way. To the right of the AC and DC panel, you will see your CD player and your VHF. To turn on the stereo, you would just push that button right there, and then you jam away. To turn it off, hold the button down, it goes off. VHF, you turn the knob, and then you have your VHF. Please monitor channel 16 at all times. In the head, you will see a sink and a faucet there. That right there pulls up and is also your shower. Over here, you got 120 volt covered. There's a little switch there as well. That is your shower sump. Right there is your toilet, and the captain will give you instructions on proper use. Over here, next in the galley, you see your air conditioning controls and an LPG solenoid control. To use the stove, you would turn on the LPG control, and you also got to make sure your tank is in the on position. To turn on the stove, don't forget to turn on that red LP solenoid switch. You would then come over here, push down, and turn and hold. Then you would use igniter, which I have set over here, to light your stove. Once it's lit, keep holding down this right here for about 2 more seconds, and then release, and it should stay on. Your refrigerator is located to the left of the stove. Here's that switch I was telling you about, right here, to turn on or off. Right now, you just turn it on like that, and that should be enough. If you turn it on all the way, it becomes a freezer. So don't know how cold you like your food. As you look throughout the boat, you notice you have your flares, air horn, fire extinguisher, binoculars, wooden plugs behind this post, there we go, and your medical kit. Under the nav desk, you'll notice your garbage can is over there, and there's also a battery switch. Always leave it on. The only reason you would switch it to combine if you have a battery issue. If you leave it on combined, you will not have a backup battery. So always leave it on. Under the steps, as you go down the companionway, you will see how it lifts up, and there is your engine. In there you can find your dipstick and check your oil. For example, right here is your dipstick. You normally pull it out, you check the level, which it isn't supposed to be full to the max or on low. It should be right in the middle. When you push it down, make sure it goes all the way to the plunger that you'll see there. Right next to the sink and the LP controls, you'll notice your air conditioning controls located right there. I always like leaving it on auto. It'll switch from heat and cool automatically. You set your desired temperature and it'll keep it at that temperature. Keep in mind that AC will only work on shore power only. This boat is equipped with in-mast furling and roller furling jib. To use the in-mast furling, you have to move this over to free, like so, and then the sail will come out easier. Once the sail is out, make sure you move it back to ratchet. It'll only spin one way, and it'll only go in. That's the way you also reef. Up on the bow, you'll notice you have your anchor, and here's your anchor locker. If I was to open that up, you will see the anchor chain, anchor rod, and over here you have your only one water tank, your water fill. In the cockpit, on the port side, you notice you have PFDs, a fire extinguisher, some seat cushions, and some other knickknacks. Right here is your emergency bilge pump handle. On the port and starboard side, we'll start with the starboard, you have your main sheet, main halyard, which you do not have to touch because the sail's already up, and your main outhaul. Other side, main inhaul, and this line is a never-ending loop, which the captain will tell you about, and your jib halyard. No need to touch, as you can tell we have knotted it down. On the deck, you'll notice your bow hook. Here you will find your instruments, wind indicator on the far left-hand corner, got depth meter, autopilot, and boat speed. Right here is your autopilot. The captain will inform you how that works. Over here you have your engine controls. To turn on the boat, all you got to do, turn the key. To turn off the boat, there's a black button right above it. You would hit stop and then turn the key off. Your propane locker is located right next to the engine controls. Right there. There it is. You make sure that is on before trying and turning off the stove. That is for your grill. Those little green tanks. Off the back of the boat, you'll notice this yellow cord, and it goes to that pedestal. Make sure you turn off the pedestal before unplugging. Your jib furling line starts way up there on the bow, on the drum, goes down the side of the hull, and we have it tied up nice and neat right there. Right here is a cleat where we can tie it off. To open it up to sail, what you would do, you would undo the cleat and pull on a jib sheet, which is that red line. To pull the sail in, you pull on the black and white line, keeping tension on the red and white line. I hope you enjoyed the briefing, and hopefully it was very useful information. Now enjoy your sail and go have fun. Have a good day.